And on that.
Give me 1 second. Can you talk about the amount of lotto money that you guys found? If you don't know already?
I don't know the exact numbers. He knows the exact numbers of the
Can you give one, at least you know one particular?
I don't know one, but what I can say is this. People keep saying we need more money in the community. We don't need more money in the community, and he mentions the lottery. There are thousands of dollars spent each day, not each month, each day on the lottery in each community. And we feel that if we we've got the money in our community to fund our own success. And that's why we ask each adult to donate $12 a year, $1 a month to help. Because if you have, some skin in the game,
let's applaud for our panelists. For us, do you agree that they brought a wealth? Maybe you can't hear me. Do you agree that they brought a wealth of information? Thank you. I know people are tired, okay? But we got to get some life up in here. Because no one in here is dead. The Bible said that the dead bury the dead. So anybody that is dead, you know where you're supposed to be. So I'm just going to put it out there very plain because I don't flow on the dead page. This is very serious information that's going forth now. And we need all to be on point. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, but you all pass the message out when you leave out the door. But anyway, we're very grateful to them, and we're going to open it up to questions and answers because surely they've expressed a lot of information. Some of you all can probably even implement it within your neighborhoods. We have the Neighborhood Block Club University. We have Mr. Terrence Mitchell and all the information he has pertaining to policies. And of course, Mr. Reven Fellows, who has phenomenal information that he's been sharing for many, many years. So now we're going to open up to Q&A. No one has to be shy. They can come and ask questions, and they will have answers for you. So please, who wants to be the first one? Or I can come up to you and bring you the mic. I don't have a problem with that either. So if somebody has a question, I know you do, please step on up now, and I will give you the mic so that you can ask your question. Yes, ma'am. Mama D in the back. I don't know if you can back. But shout, Mama D.
You can hear me, right?
Mama D is also a community activist in so many things. So please, Mama D.
Okay. You mentioned policies. All these school closings really started with the Renaissance 2010. And there have been parents and communities battling this issue for 13 years now. So it seems now that they're
excuse me, Mama D, hold it 1 minute, please. There's a black Cavalier that's blocking in Pastor Barkley's car. So if you have a black Cavalier, if somebody could please move it so. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Please continue, Mama D.
So now that they're closing in, that they've targeted black schools like Inglewood, and particularly once they become state-of-the-art buildings built on the poverty of the people living in the community, for instance, Inglewood, then you come in and you put in a charter school, but the children living across the street cannot go to that school. One of the saddest things I ever heard was I was dropping a daughter of my best friend off, and she was in front of the school. So I said to her, boy, it must really be great to live across the street from a school. And she said to me, she said, oh no, that school is for the smart children. Now, when a parent says that school is for the smart children, what is he saying? You are too dumb to go to school. That's very, very, very tragic. But again, it's a policy. I don't see any difference. I went to segregated schools in Arkansas. I don't see any difference between being 6 years old, walking miles, standing in front of a beautiful white building on my way to the first day of school, and I'm saying, ain't that the school? Shut up, girl, that's the white school. And what is the difference between that and you got this beautiful charter school across the street, and the children in that community can't go there? And what I'm saying is, all of this policy making, parents are blaming themselves, but how do you get people to comprehend as a people that it is policies and the decisions that they are willfully making, and not blaming people, name-calling people, adding to the "you're just supposed to fail" syndrome?
Who wants to answer that?
Well, first I want to thank Mama D for her work she's been doing. She's been monitoring this for years and following it. The Chicago plan, one of the things that happened to us is our leadership went to sleep and let things happen. The 2020 plan and the 2010 plan and the 2030, 2040 was a gentrification plan to get our children out here and break up our homes and families, which they have succeeded. As Mama D says, you have 2 children in the house. One child goes across the street and the other child got to be bused to special ed or alternative over about 10 miles away from home. It doesn't look like God is in the same house touching the same babies with the same message. And our children are watching us be contradiction of the spirit. And so it's going to take, in Chicago, we're very deep entrenched in a lot of ignorance and political, a lot of people have gotten paid off to put us in a position, and we have not held anybody accountable. And so what you're seeing in the street here is our women now waking up on a 20-year plan. I personally passed out over 300 to 400 2020 plans for the city of Chicago with a DVD to let everybody know what was coming. And I had 8 town hall meetings, and now one person read the plan, and everybody put it in their drawer. And 20 years later, we sitting there going, oh my God. The 2010 plan was out there, Renaissance. So we have to, as we go, get back to be accountable for what we are. But I see it like this. The breakdown is an opportunity for a breakup. We should let them close the school, because I'm right now working on a bill. I'm a mandatory reporter. I worked in social service for 15 years. I'm also educated. You can't show me anything in the city of Chicago that you can tell me that you take your child to a Chicago public school. I'll show you 300 boxes where they're either too small, no electric, water, no air conditioning, small grades, no grades, gangs, drugs, whatever you want. And me being a mandatory reporter with DCFS, I literally like to create a bill to put you, say this parent who took that child to school today need to be rolled up for being a dysfunctional home, because you can't take your child to an institution that's failed. That's how serious this thing is in Chicago Public Schools. It's almost you're a mandatory report that you got to deal with. But with that, I think that where we are now, I think God has teared down the system, because everything in the school system is pretty much racist other than the math, and I just found out the math is also racist too. So God is bringing us down to a level where I want to say to the, and I've been talking about a little bit, and I'm hoping I'm kind of getting Mom D where I'm going is, African American women control $1.3 billion of the U.S. economy, the 3rd largest spender of any nation. That means don't nobody buy nothing till y'all buy something, don't nobody spend no money, don't nothing move until y'all buy some hair, some toiletry, or some type of perfume, or some clothing. If we take the $1.3 trillion, and then those black women that control that money, because y'all have a history of making $5, $500, that's your history, period. And we have the best of the best in educators that are retired in the game.
Oh, yes.
The best science, math teachers, grant writers, PE teachers, science teacher, everything. We go buy the building for $1. You women go see Walmart, Kmart, Walgreens, Osco, and everybody faces and say, you know what, we got a $1.3 trillion firepower. We got a charter school, magnet school, and every kind of other school you want. We're looking for some investors. How do you think about that today? You take the AKAs, the Zetas, the Eastern Stars, and Sister Act 1, 2, and 3, and the Evangelist so-and-so and Sister so-and-so, and y'all go down and ask it. I guarantee you, won't no corporation turn down a $1.3 trillion firepower for us to open up our own charter schools, our own child care, and the masterminds that have been here with this organization, and those they are kicking our people out of the system, I think, because God wanted. So that's my answer, Brother Tim.
And then after that, we're going to take another question.